bell, ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And the new videos are indeed dropping. There's a trailer for the new Star Wars series coming out, or not May the 4th for some reason, coming out May 25th. Obi-Wan. Is it Obi-Wan or Obi-Wan Kenobi? I don't know. I don't really care, right? That's the thing. I can't believe I don't really care. But listen, it's just coming off the back of the book of Boba Fett, which was, legitimately awful in so many ways. The only bit of it that wasn't awful was when we get to see a bit of Mando action for like 2 episodes. I like the Luke Skywalker in it, right? I like the Luke Skywalker in it. Although, again, this seems to me to be coming from another part of Lucasfilm. This seems to be coming from the Kathleen Kennedy side as opposed to the Jon Favreau side. The Kathleen Kennedy side, last thing we saw for them is the Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's her faction, maybe it's the story group. The story group were on full display with the Galactic Star Cruiser, the new Star Wars hotel, that is going to lose all its money. Right? It's going to lose all its money. No one is going to that piece of garbage. And I don't even know how they could like repurpose it. This is a massive, massive part in the face for Disney. It doesn't sound so bad to me. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Because do let me know what you think. Because I don't know what to bloody think about this. Let me know what you think. Sign up to my Substack, which is a email newsletter, which I've been a little bit tardy on this week, but I am getting ahead, right? I've had a busy week, and now if I record 1 extra video today, if I do that, I'm good for content until I think Wednesday, right? And I'm off for like I can't be around on Wednesday or Thursday for Jewish holidays, or maybe Friday as well. I'm going to be recovering. Who knows what it is? So I gotta get a lot done ahead. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm recording this on, was it Friday, March 11th? It's from a live stream I did on Thursday, last night, where we go over it. So brace yourselves, sit down and grasp your armrest as we go. It's not back to a galaxy far, far away. It's back to Lucasfilm, right? Back to Disney Star Wars, and Disney Star Wars is dumb. Star Wars, bit of Star Wars. It's not going to be Star Wars. I mean, listen, we've seen the hotel, and they believe that's Star Wars, right? I doubt will be Star Wars, but okay, so we're on Tatooine. I hate to say it, doesn't feel like Tatooine to me. That's weird, isn't it? And maybe it's like it's a new area. I haven't seen this before, but it really doesn't. I mean, wind it back a second. Let's have a look again. I mean, I guess if you go with like the Boba Fett Mos Espa, which I hated any bit that was just Boba Fett, was freaking awful, right? Like the Mandalorian bit where that was fine, but like Boba Fett, this looks like Boba Fett. Okay, let me wind it back. They're about to start talking. Here we go.
The fight is done. We lost.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like he's depressed, right? Again, it's listen, in a if you really believe in the Force, you believe things are intrinsically good, right? Well, it depends. It depends. If you're visualizing the Force, same as me. Like if you think the Force is a force of good, right? Like I believe there's evil in the world, but I think that's the absence of good rather than there actually being evil, right? So, yeah, even if you're in desperate times, if you believe in this intrinsic good, which is what I believe the Force to be, you should be able to tap into why the Force would want you to experience this to make you better, right? If you conceive the Force as being a rational body, right? But given the Force is the will of everything, right? This is what the Force wants you to experience to make you into the better person. So you would be happier with it.
Stay hidden.
So I like the use of the was it Jewel of the Fates, right? I like that it puts it nicely in between the prequels and the sequels. Yeah, okay, that kind of works. It's still, I mean, listen, we're still reeling from how bad Boba Fett was. I mean, it really was Boba Fett. Why bring Ewan McGregor back? They could have had a real depressive with Christopher Eccleston. I guess so. Okay.
The key to hunting Jedi is patience.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to say, the whole Jedi Hunter thing, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion.
That's not good news. That looks like stunning and brave woman is going to be the key to everything. Here we go.
Their compassion. Their compassion.
Okay, so I really, I just got a lightsaber. That's not good news. I'm not really. Yeah, I mean, I'm so bored. I like, does anybody think that she was hired for any other reason than a gender and a skin color, right? Like, it's just like it's so diminishing of her. I mean, like it. I just can't stand this.
Leaves a trail.
Us Owen. Oh yeah, so she's the main character.
The Jedi Code is like an itch.
Oh, I tell you, this is so incredibly diverse. Empire for an evil empire is incredibly diversive, right? And gender neutral.
He cannot help it. Where is he?
All right, this is this much I like. Okay, it depends. It depends how much it'll be like this, and how much it'll be stunning and brave black woman who's the key to everything. It looks like a Star Wars comic, right? I've seen this before in Star Wars comics, and they've been good, right? They've been good. Is this any good? I like probably not. Like it's probably gonna have like depressive, broken men and stunning and brave black women, and anybody bad's gonna be white. I mean, like even with things that are good, like the Batman movie, which people said it was. Generally speaking, it's got positive reviews. I think. I mean, it's got one really bad review. One really bad review was it was like watching Batman Begins at half speed with the lights turned down, and half the people being black. Right? So I mean, but yeah, it's okay. Again, he looks a bit. He doesn't look at peace, right? Which is what I would hope that like, if he looked at peace in a chaotic evil world, that would be interesting. Whole point of the Empire was a load of white stuck-up British men, a bit like how the BBC used to be, or still behind the curtain. Yes, yeah, exactly. Bit of Darth Vader action there. All right. Genuinely genuinely couldn't give a shit. Like, genuinely couldn't give it. Now, I saw they had an article about this unbounding in the comics. Let's have a look. I mean, but really, does anybody give a shit? I totally don't. I totally, completely don't. Here we go. Like, why would I? Yeah. So look at this. Doink. There you go. You McGregor describes Obi-Wan as a rather broken and faithless and beaten and somewhat given up. Yeah, like, oh. Well, why not try keeping the faith? Okay, because this was made late in Trump, right? And that's how they felt then. They felt They felt like broken and faithless. Promotion, he's talking blah blah blah, speaking to Entertainment Weekly. We find Obi-Wan at the beginning a rather broken and faithless and beaten up and somewhat given up. Yeah, no, I hate that. Okay, I hate the idea of somewhat given up. Right? If you recall, Revenge of the Sith, Maybe take something else to watch over Skywalker to his uncle and uncle. He takes it upon himself to take Luke Skywalker to Uncle and Aunt Beru. He tells Yoda, "I will watch the child. I will take the child and watch over it." Right. He's about to depart, and Yoda also has the task of training under Master Qui-Gon Jinn. I found a way to communicate to you. In your solitude on Tatooine, I'm training. I have found you. An old friend has learned the path of immortality. One who has returned from the netherworld of fools. Your old master, how to commune with him, I will teach you. Okay, I remember that. I forgot about that. But even before this, his first confrontation with Anakin and Mustafa, Kenobi makes it very clear that he is not facing broken or beaten down. You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now. You have been become the very thing that you swore to destroy. It's always the way, isn't it? But that's why it was a powerful thing. I like Revenge of the Sith, but I'll tell you the truth. If you're not with me, you're my enemy, Kenobi replies. Only a Sith deals in, and Anderson says, only a Sith deals in absolutes. Then he pulls his lightsaber from the holster, said, I do what I'm blah, 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 blah. Okay. Palpatine is, yeah, we remember this, okay? You're my brother. Well, this comment, what's it going? You're always my brother. I loved you, he said. He told him. Well, this comment is simply that it's not a good sign for the show, given that Lucasfilm and Star Wars have done continues to do Luke Skywalker, starting with The Last Jedi, continuing with his latest Book of Boba Fett. I thought he was good in Book of Boba Fett. He felt like Luke Skywalker to me. It felt like they're in different realities, right? The Last Jedi. On top of seeing this comment, McGregor also confirms a number of rumors surrounding the show. They revealed the first look at Moses Ingram's Inquisitor Reva. They explain the character will prove a formidable foe as she seeks out the Jedi hiding for the Empire. Okay, but she's not the stunning blade black woman, or maybe she is. That's how she goes under. I don't know. One second. Finally, EW revealed that McGregor will indeed be traveling off planet, specifically to the new planet of Dayu. I bet the new planet Dayu is going to suck ass, right? I bet it's like going to be every other new planet, right? So the planet is sort of Hong Kong filtered. So why didn't he go to Coruscant then? Oh, he added the graffiti-ridden nightlife. This is a kind of edgy. Different lane and different feeling. Yeah, it doesn't really work when you do this. It feels like a Star Wars comic, right? And I say those Star Wars comics, the first run from Disney, from Marvel Disney, was very good. The Darth Vader comic was excellent. Much of this was teased in a recent plot leak from Making Star Wars, claiming the series sees Reva alongside a number of other Jedi Inquisitors. And the Grand Inquisitor arriving on Tatooine to track down a Jedi named Nari who is seeking out Kenobi to rebuild the Jedi Order. So that must be the lightsaber that oh no, that was her lightsaber. It was a red one, right? And I kind of hate that they have to build them the color. I've always thought that your lightsaber should like generate the color of what you are, right? It's an expression of who you are. So when you turn to the dark side, right, your lightsaber turns red automatically. That makes much more sense to me, right? And I think it's much more cooler than, you need to get a Radio Shack or whatever it is they have nowadays. Excuse me, just saying this week. Okay, there we go. Let's put my camera back on. All right. Where are I? So Grand Crabs are arriving on Tatooine to track down the Jedi named Nari, who is seeking out Kenobi to rebuild the Jedi Order. In fact, the allegedly claims that Reva goes on a tear on Tatooine, maiming a number of individuals, such one such instance being witnessed by Uncle Owen, who believes the Inquisitor has arrived on Tatooine to locate Kenobi. In fact, he believes Kenobi's presence is putting Luke at risk. That's a very similar thing that I heard recently from Ukraine. So, yeah, this is a bit of an aside. The chief rabbi of Ukraine, reasonably famous. He didn't want to leave Ukraine. They didn't think any invasion was coming, right? And then in the middle of the night, the explosions. Like it was actually a real war, right? So there's no bomb shelters. But Ukraine is a weird place. They said when they went there, they really wanted to rebuild Jewish life in Ukraine, right? He was their fighter pilot, and he went there to visit the grave of his great grandfather. Never been there, and he was struck by this desire to rebuild Jewish life in Ukraine, right? So he's been there. First he had to convince his wife. It took a long time. Anyway, they've been there for like 20 years. The first thing they had to do though is introduce the idea of a family structure. Because normally it's like a grandmother, a mother, and kids. Then they said, well, what are the fathers? They don't really hang around so much. Okay, fine. So anyway, he built this Jewish community center, and that's what they were using as a bomb shelter, and a bunch of people were there. And he wouldn't leave them, right? And then they got word that they were sending in Chechen fighters who hate Jews, right? And he was a target, right? He said, right now you think you're staying here, you're protecting people. You're not. You're making them into a target, which is that, and that's why him and like another 15 or so people ran, right? And they got met by this weird angel, right? They were escorted by this like special like SAS for Ukrainians. I know this special service, and he just like they drove through like fields and like how that they made it is incredible, right? And they got to the border and they weren't being let through the border. They were waiting at the border for like 10 hours. They weren't let through the border, and the guy was like, "Please, we're tired, we're hungry. Just let's go through. We can walk. We stink. We need to walk. We need to shower." So the guy, and they've only had 2 incidents of anti-Semitism the whole time they're in Ukraine, right? 20 years, they said 2 or 3, and the guy turned around and said, "You Jews always stink," right? And because he did that, the guy's kind of famous in Ukraine, right? He starts shouting, puts up a stink. And the last thing Ukrainians want is to validate Putin at all, who says they're all like, a naughty national socialist from the 1930s, right? So they got to get let through. But anyway, much like this, he got out. He only left because he was a target. He was making the people around him into a target. So it's exactly the same thing. Okay, that's kind of a topical story. Okay. Making Star Wars will go into detail the idea of Luke being in danger, which motivates Kenobi to leave Tatooine, and that the Inquisitors have allegedly set up a trap where they kidnap Princess Leia in an attempt to lure out any Jedi. Leia is reportedly taken to the planet the Making of Star Wars describes as Reno if it was a Star Wars planet. That's about as matches up with Dayu. Okay, fine. So there you go, gang. Yeah, that's the shit we saw. I mean, it's very, very common, you know, this happens, right? It's very, very common. We have a hero who's lost his way. It might be good, it might be bad. My money's on it's my honest is probably bad, okay? It's probably going to be bad. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet! Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.